The Lagoon 60 has launched onto the cruising catamaran market and it is an absolute head turner. This vessel builds on all the knowledge of big boat production that the CNB shipyard in Bordeaux has, building this amazing new vessel with new features and new layout not seen before on a cruising catamaran. My name is Joe Fox from the team at TMG Yachts, and come with me as we take a look through this vessel and explore the options and features. Huge side wings make the vessel feel super open and super light at the back of the vessel. An inbuilt gas barbecue here on the transom is a great location for preparing your barbecue meals. A large tender lift for the dinghy becomes an extension of the cockpit, creating a terrace on the sea. All these rails open up and this is just a huge area for relaxing and enjoying with beanbags, as you see here. Over on this side we have an automatic passerelle for those that want it. Otherwise, great access and boarding from the dock or the transom of the vessel. For a 60-footer with a lot of volume, there are not a lot of steps on this boat. It's a lot of single level living and it's a very clever design to make it work. So let's take a look through. The endless cockpit that we see here is a huge design feature in itself. It makes this area feel so large and we have good elevation of the water. A large cockpit dining table here can split into two smaller tables for when you're not using it for big events, but this creates a really nice area for dining for up to about 10 people here. Comfortable furniture, molded furniture here with optional chairs also. It's worth pointing out that under the floor here, given the volume in the bridge deck, we have a lot of underdeck storage space for all your gear, diving equipment, safety equipment, and everything the vessel needs. On starboard side of the cockpit here, we have a sun lounge with a mini wet bar here just before we head into the saloon. As we head into the saloon, you'll feel a great outdoor-indoor connection. So the cockpit connects seamlessly with the saloon, and the saloon is really where this vessel comes into its own. It doesn't feel like a catamaran in here. It feels like somewhere you might want to live. There are multiple zones here just port aft of the saloon. We have what is a breakfast bar. It's a large breakfast bar, but it can also double up as a drinks and entertainment station. This vessel is equipped with 4 cabins as well as a galley down. Now there is an option to increase the size of this area here, make it a proper full galley up here with more storage up top, and that gives you an additional cabin in the hull. Moving further forward, this is the lounge room on the vessel. Very comfortable lounging with a central table, more lounging forward, and a drop-down TV which comes up and is in a great position for movie night on board. Starboard side of the saloon, we've got the internal dining table. This is a great place for dining when the weather's a little bit inclement, and I would say you could seat about 8 people around here comfortably. Just after this dining area, we have the internal navigation station for monitoring, so the skipper can keep an eye on everything on board. Now we're going to go straight to the best now. We're going to go down into the master cabin. So the master cabin for a 60-footer is second to none. I've spent a lot of time on the Lagoon 65, the bigger sister of this model, and I would say this offers as much. I wouldn't say more, but it offers as much. A huge walk-around bed. It's a thwartships, so it's nice because you're looking out to the ocean through these massive hull windows that we have here. A writing desk, plenty of mirrors, really nice natural lighting, as well as hidden strip lighting and lots of soft textured finishes. So it really has a sense of luxury and class in here, and that is repeated throughout the vessel, in the saloon and all the cabins. Moving further aft, as all lagoons do, plenty of storage on board for all your equipment and personal items. Into the bathroom now. The bathroom can be isolated with this optional partition here. So this slides out of the cavity, giving privacy for those that want it. If you're not fussed about that, you don't need to pick that option. Outboard here, we have a large shower with a rain head. Just forward of that, a lovely basin with mirror, natural light and good ventilation. On the inboard side of the bathroom, we have the toilet compartment with heaps of space and natural light. Perfect privacy. A key feature on this Lagoon 60, and something not seen on its little sister, the Lagoon 55, is this private access to the sea. So as an owner or an occupier of the master cabin, if you're swimming off the back, you can come directly into the privacy of your own cabin without having to go through the rest of the boat. It's a really nice feature and creates really nice flow and movement through the vessel. Moving into the starboard forward cabin, this is one of 3 comfortable guest cabins, each with an ensuite. Again, the berth here is thwartships, and it's a little higher here because we're at the skinnier end of the boat. But what this does is it gives your guests a more premium view out of the hull window just here. Again, those luxury finishes that we talked about in the master cabin are all present here. All the way forward, we have the bathroom, heaps of standing headroom, very comfortable, plenty of space, and again, that same quality of finish throughout. Making our way across to the port forward accommodation area, we have 2 cabins over here. Again, a mirror image of what we just looked at on the other side, a raised bed, nice view out the window, bathroom forward, and plenty of luxury finish. Again, plenty of storage. Let's move aft, because this cabin in the center of the vessel back here is a little bit more interesting. This is set up as a twin room, giving you a little bit more flexibility, be that friends, guests, and crew on board. This cabin on port midships has, again, its own private head. However, this head compartment in here is a dual access day head, so your guests on board have access to a head without having to go into your own private cabin. Now, at the aft end of the porthole, this is where we have the galley down. Now, on a crewed vessel, this would be a great layout because it gives the crew a bit of privacy, and it means food and drinks can be prepared down here. Now, as discussed before, this area can be optioned as the 5th cabin, and that would increase the size of the galley and the saloon for more of a family-orientated vessel and give you an additional VIP suite here in the port aft of the vessel with private access from the cockpit. In terms of the current setup that we have here, inboard we have a little dining area for crew, or if this was a private boat, which a lot of private owners do have this setup, this could be a bit of a breakfast station, or somewhere where the kids have their breakfast and lunch. Outboard we have the full galley, double sink, induction cooktop, electric oven, as well as a 600-litre full height domestic fridge, plumbed with water and ice maker. This galley also doubles up as a bit of a utilities area with a washing machine here, microwave, and everything you need for life on board. On the Lagoon 60, we have the forward door option. Now, this is something we see on the much bigger vessels, creating a seamless connection between the saloon and the forward area. This is such a great use of space. Also, in the forward-facing windows here, we have a large window which opens up. So we've got lots of ventilation in through the front of the vessel when on anchor or at a mooring. This forward cockpit itself is nice and low. I feel very secure. I don't feel like I'm up on the front of the boat at deck level. Down here, the deck level is almost at my shoulder, so I feel quite low, low in the center of gravity of boat and out of the wind if there was some. This forward cockpit is huge. I'd say it's the biggest forward cockpit with a forward door on a model of its size. Integrated into the forward cockpit are very usable storage lockers, so good fender lockers on either side, as well as access to the windlass and chain locker here. So super accessible for those who are operating and running the vessel. In terms of sail configuration on the Lagoon 60, there are a number of options. The vessel comes with a main and a genoa. You can choose an optional stay sail as well as a code 0 that comes on a prodder. Storage at the front of the vessel is not to be sniffed at either. As per all lagoons, there is great storage in the front lockers, just underneath my feet here. And often these can be equipped as a crew cabin with a air conditioning, bathroom, toilet, and a small bunk in there if you do have crew on board. Let's make our way now to the main feature of this Lagoon 60, the biggest flybridge in class. Moving around the vessel, very easy to move around. Good handholds everywhere, and all the hatches on the deck are flush mounted, almost zero trip hazards. Access to the flybridge is on starboard, and a bit like the Lagoon 65, it is in a straight line access up the stairs. This flybridge is absolutely huge. There is heaps of volume with good amenities. Starboard aft here, we have a wet bar with an ice maker, fridge, and a sink for hosting your friends and family at the huge dining table here. L-shaped seating around the port aft side of the flybridge is a great place for dinner, with some optional director's chairs around the outside. This table is in small mode. It does double in size into dining mode when you're having dinner up here. Just forward of the table, we have an optional helm station for maneuvering the vessel. This is actually a Yanmar joystick. So taking the Yanmar engines, integrating them through a computer and joystick maneuvering on the whole of the vessel with good visibility all the way down this side. Easy access to the trimming winches on both sides. Here I've got 2 electric winches as well as another 2 on the other side for sailing the vessel. Moving further forward and the cockpit just keeps going. We come out from under the bimini here and we have some of the best sun lounging I have ever seen. Heaps of space for people to lie down and relax, and a little coffee table here, making this just one of many super social zones on this vessel. As a skipper, you'll be super part of the action here with good connection to all your friends and family. A commanding view on the top of the vessel as we have on these flybridges, and a good position in the center of the social area to get on with your friends and family. A double seat here is great for 2 people to sit navigating the vessel, a carbon wheel and a 16-inch display for navigation. It has all the equipment you could need: electric throttles, VHF, autopilot, everything you need for running a vessel of this size. For an experienced owner, the Lagoon 60 could be run by a couple. However, at 60 foot, it is a heavy boat, it's a big boat, and there are a lot of systems on board, so crew would definitely be a consideration. The Lagoon 60 is powered by Yanmar engines, and they run through a sail drive gearbox, and they are 150 horsepower each. The vessel has 1,300 litres of fuel, which is plenty for a vessel at this size, as well as 1,000 litres of fresh water. You can select water makers, generators and solar to make this vessel as autonomous as you wish. In terms of the sailing and management of the vessel, it can all be done from up here, either on port or starboard of the flybridge. So we've got 4 large working winches up here, and they control all the sails we have on board. The standard vessel comes with a fully battened mainsail and a genoa. With the square top option on the mainsail, we have an upwind sail area of 230 square meters, which compared to the displacement of the vessel is a really good power to weight ratio. We can also option stay sails and code zeros, as well as asymmetrical spinnakers. The furling sails on the front of the vessel can all be optioned with electric furling to make it all push button sailing. So I touched on visibility on port at the auxiliary helm station, and at the main helm station from here, I have good visibility on everything I need. I can see the top of the mast, I can see the majority of the boom bag, I can see all the lazy jacks. In terms of a sailing point of view, this is the best place to be when operating a vessel like this. So from the main helm station here, I can see all the way down the starboard side, I can see the bow, midships, and through the companionway hatch here, I can see the starboard transom. There are Raymarine cameras on board integrated into the plotter, so I do have visibility on my blind spots like the port aft corner of the vessel. However, don't forget I have that extra helm station on port for visibility if I need it. The Lagoon 60 truly has it all. It's learned a lot from the bigger models in the range, and we have the DNA coming up from the very popular Lagoon 55 with this new layout, with folding sides and lots of new features and a flybridge that cannot be beaten. This vessel is the one to go for if you're looking for a comfortable, spacious, long-range cruising vessel with plenty of room on board. If you did enjoy this video, do like and subscribe to be updated with more Lagoon-related content. And if you are interested in a Lagoon 60 or any of the range, do get in touch with myself and the team at TMG Yachts to discuss further. Thanks for watching.